The question of the self, who am I, not the sense of who am I, but rather who is this I that can say who. The Cold War saw me, and the rise of Post-Structuralism. There was an exaggerated need to restore identity by recognizing it as its own individual object. How can we resolve our universal fear of an eternal nuclear footprint? Composers of the time, afraid of their own formulations, distance themselves from their creations to restore themselves as innocent. Such was the death of their author. Within Morning Song, Plath juxtaposes the eponymous bold cry of the child with that of the sea, to assert quite literally that her creation has taken its place within the elements. Elements a metaphor for the universe itself. The child has become its own aesthetic object, and Plath's identity remains intact. This is the same for Curtis in Decades, in which as a young men, the child, once again a metaphor for our creations, becomes the object of the sentence, following their locative adjective here.
Here are the young men, always on their shoulders. Here are the young men, but where have they been?
The speaker is destabilized and loses control of these creations. Their use of asymmetrical truncated syntax, often jarring in an absence of pronouns. Their chorus, a repeated rhetorical questions, where have they been, sung with a sense of powerlessness, and their funeral rhythm creates this fear and need to distance ourselves from our nations. This thought is clearly generated from the time, a weariness towards our future posterity, who we can no longer control due to political, social, and cultural change. And also, as Curtis fears, condemning them to a hell we created. A religious allegorical punishment. Why does hell personify reject us?
We knock on the doors of hell's darker chambers.
Because even we who drop the bomb are too corrupt. The anxiety of the Cold War produced a terror and a need to separate ourselves from our creations. In other words, to assert our own individuality.